I was so close to not making this video. I went upstairs and I said, am I forgetting something? Oh, yes, I am forgetting something. The video. Holy moly. Um, I'm feeling a little bit better. There were little twinges of oddities that were happening to me today. Um, what did I see that was really interesting that I wanted to talk about? This. So, two things. Today I worked on one of the mobile games, and one of the mobile games and general general research. But something that I saw was Squishmallow. I forget exactly what I was looking up. Oh, I want to see how much they grossed with the what the gross profit was. And I didn't find any of that information. But what I did find was something very interesting, which was, so I was under the impression that it was a Chinese company. And that's who it was originally. But then these two lawyers, I don't know all the details, but that Chinese company, Kelly Toys, doesn't own them anymore. And Jawsers, something like that, owns them. It's these two lawyers. Um, that own the company. And something that was very interesting that was in this article that the one of the owners stated was that the growth that they were experiencing and the business model and how they were growing sustainably, which I think I've heard a lot, but never really had the wherewithal or understanding or just general awareness to see what that was. And it was only because they mentioned it in the article that I realized it, because they just said it straight out. So I didn't even realize, I just learned. And that they weren't going to grow too fast. And that the product was a great product for X amount of reasons. Oh, this was because this company or the parent company of this company was added into Berkshire Hathaway uh, portfolio. And yeah, sustainable growth. How interesting. I guess they're going to do some sort of a McDonald's Happy Meal toy, which all of this is just a blatant copy and a blatant ripoff of what the Beanie Babies are. Squishmallows are just the new Beanie Babies. And the business model and everything they stated was exactly what the Beanie Babies were. Collectability, slightly unique. Beanie Babies have little beans, and they were understuffed. These things have a nylon, stretchy cover, and then some very elastic nylon filling. And they're just going down the same route that Beanie Babies went down. But I thought it was very interesting that they said sustainable growth, and that low and slow is the way to go. I imagine it's probably far more important to do that low and slow growth with the physical product. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting. Sustainable growth. You don't want to go too fast. You don't want to explode. Then you have nowhere to go. You've gone to the moon. Now what? So that's interesting. I don't know how it's interesting. I guess it's just maybe it makes me feel as though going slow is the right way, and even people who are have the means to go fast go slow. It also scared me a little bit. I felt it's sometimes challenging to reel yourself in. You see somebody who's on uh, a level far past you. They're on level 1000 and you're still working through level 1. And whoa, that's a lot. Holy moly, I have to compete with that, but it's not. I just have to compete with myself. You get one thing rolling. Just get one thing rolling. Yeah. Aside from that, not a whole lot because I still am not feeling amazing. But the game development document for one of these games is pretty good. I've just been having so many ideas, and I've said, okay, I just gotta like throw them out and get them down, and I'll be good. But let's just get them down. And I have these great ideas, and then I think, gosh, I keep going back and forth between these things feel very good, and I see them in my head, but even though I'm trying my best to keep them simple, they still feel expensive. And I'm trying my best to find that balance and beautiful in between of really interesting but can be done with very simple art. I want the art to be incredibly simple. The game has got to have very simple art. Has to have very simple art and has to be fun. Because if the art is simple, that means that the style and dimension that it's being used in is simple, which means that it's something that is very common, so somebody can make it very easily, and simple and different. At some point, though, I do just have to get something out. I just want to get something out. That's another thing. I kind of want it to be fast, and I want it to be something where I can do it cheaply and just get it out there and say the bones of this thing are really good, and over time I can add to it, and over time I can add to it, and this thing can become a brand. And I can start simple and just get it out there, get a few, see if it works, even if people want to play it, if it does well with when it's not looking so great, you know it's a winner. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. And it's fun and daunting at the same time because it makes me feel a little anxious, but low and slow, and we'll make it there. We have to be sustainable, as that person said. I haven't worked out in a long time. That was a big. I haven't worked out in a long time. I'm starting to feel really uncomfortable about it. I don't like it. I have to find an apartment. I found one. I think I should have called them today. I didn't. That was wrong of me. And I'm gonna have to call them tomorrow. Because I've got to get to a place where I can exercise and be alone. It's fine being here, but going up to my dad's, being down here at my mom's, sometimes you just, when you want it to be quiet, it's nice when it can just be quiet. Nope, right now we're not doing anything. I don't want any sounds. You know? That's nice. It makes you feel as though you've got a little autonomy around your environment. Anyway, so moving forward, things are going great. This whole toy company thing, it's really feeling like it's developing into an actual company. Sustainable growth. Once Caroline comes, oh my gosh, that stuff. Caroline is definitely going to sell. She's a great design. There's some elements that are wrong with her, but she's a great design. Oh my gosh, I look at her sometimes, I go, holy moly, did I come up with that? That's crazy. So that combined with the games, it's looking great. So I'm gonna call it there because it's at 12 minutes, and I will talk to you guys